Let's talk about an interesting topic here, and that's whether or not the Yankees should spend big on free agent relievers this offseason. There's a lot of great talent in this free agent class, and I've seen a lot of people think that the Yankees should go out and sign one of the best relievers in the game, Edwin Diaz. Now, he just had an amazing year with the Mets. He pitched 62 innings, had a 1.31 ERA. He's 28 years old. I mean, he was just lights out. He was saving games for the Mets left, right, and center. But I don't think the Yankees should get him. And I think that the history with the Yankees and big name relievers shows that the Yankees should stay far away from Edwin Diaz. First, big name relievers have not worked well for the Yankees, especially giving them big contracts. Two examples here are Zach Britton and Aroldis Chapman. Britton, he was signed to a multi-year $13 million deal. He was coming off of back-to-back seasons with a ERA of 2.38 over that span. I mean, he was one of the best relievers in all of baseball. Look how that contract's worked out. He needed Tommy John surgery, and he just became a black hole for the Yankees because he was taking $13 million that could be spent on other players and just burning it essentially because he was not playing. So that's one example there where the Yankees signed him to his long-term deal. He had maybe one good season, and then he just imploded. Injuries and all that stuff. And then the big one, Aroldis Chapman. He is actually very similar to Edwin Diaz in a lot of ways. 2016, in the 2016 offseason, the Yankees gave him a multi-million-dollar deal. I believe the exact details were 5 or 6 years, $17 million. And it made sense. He was the best reliever in MLB, one of the best in MLB history up to that point. I mean, he had a 1.55 ERA in his season before free agency, a 1.63 ERA the season prior. He was striking out a ton of guys, just being dominant. He was throwing crazy hard. No one could hit him. Very similar to Diaz, and he was actually the same age as Diaz is now going into free agency. So a lot of parallels there. And look at what happened to him. He got older. His fastball started to get a little bit slower. His control got worse. And he just really has been horrible for the Yankees. I mean, he was left off the postseason roster because he pretty much said, I'm done trying, and was skipped to the mandatory workout. It's not a smart move to spend millions on a single reliever because they're so prone to injury. They're so prone to just losing it one day and being bad. So I think the Yankees should stay away from Diaz. And also, look at what the Yankees have done when it comes to trading for and developing relievers. Think of Clay Holmes, Wandy Peralta. Two guys who had ERAs about 5 before being traded to the Yankees. Holmes is now an all-star reliever. Peralta, he's great. One of the better lefty relievers in the game. The Yankees gave up practically nothing for these guys. And it's worked out really well. I trust the Yankees front office a lot when it comes to trading for relievers. They're also good at developing relievers. Think of Ron Marinaccio. He's been really good. And more on the trading aspect of relievers, think of the deadline with Lou Trevino. Yeah, he had like a 6 ERA before being traded to the Yankees. He's been great. So I really trust the Yankees front office when it comes to trading for under-the-radar guys, signing people who we haven't heard of, and I think the Yankees should continue that. I think they should never make the mistake again of giving millions and millions of dollars to a big-name free agent, giving him a multi-year contract, because it's probably going to end poorly. He's probably going to get injured or will not be as good as we expect, and then we're stuck with a horrible contract that hurts the team. Instead, I'm going to trust the Yankees front office here. I think they're going to make some under-the-radar trades for relievers, under-the-radar free agent signings. So I think the Yankees should never make that mistake of signing a big free agent reliever again.